Combo breaker. If you guys know that phrase from that one video game back in the days, pound to you. Combo breaker. Anyways, you guys, let's get to it because this is gonna be real quick. I want to do during this weekend an update on every stock that I follow that I mentioned in my other videos, and that's XRP, Bitcoin, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, S&P 500, Nvidia, Palantir, Gold, Silver, BMNR, United Healthcare, and that's about it for the moment. Those have been intriguing me, and anyways, the other thing I want to pay attention to. So that's something I want to do over the weekend, hopefully, um, or do these long videos. But then I gotta post every stock that I would be updating on this video. It'll be too much and people will get confused because they came here for maybe SPX and then I'm talking about Nvidia, or they're here for Ethereum and I'm talking about XRP. So I'm thinking about just doing individual small clip videos updating my predictions, how it all could correlate together, whatnot. But for now, I'm only gonna talk about the S&P 500. So there's the S&P 500. Of course, like always, time and date, Arizona time. So this morning, I'm gonna go to take that off. This morning, I was telling you guys right here how even though I made a video at 7 in the morning, so even though it was up in green, I said pay attention to your 7:45 to 8:30, because what I could do is if by 7:45 to 8:30 we're still in this region, we still have a possibility to still continue going up. Now by 7:45, we would have dropped this and been in this lower region, just testing it, trying to get out of here. You would have seen your 7:45, maybe your 8:30 pushing on up and whatnot, struggling. You would see a drop down. If we was in this upper region, the market then would little push on up, and then I said if we do push on up, which your 7:45 to 8:30 is gonna confirm it if it stays in this upper region of the S&P 500. Then you're then gonna pay attention to your 11:45 to 12:30, because by then the market then should be pulling down, or after having this, because again it wasn't really impact data, it was just a confirmation. The impact data was Wednesday and Thursday. Friday was doing more of a confirmation. That's what I'm gonna say, confirmation, how are people feeling. Since it was sort of good or whatnot, the market reacted to that. That's why I say it wasn't really gonna have that strong push and closing up. I even said in my videos how, if anything, the S&P 500 was then gonna come back down and close in this region, still bullish, still activating or still being active with the, which was it, monthly or weekly? No, it was 12-hour candle. The 12-hour candle, the 3 candle box and the 12-hour candle is still active. So the fact that we still close in here, think about it. It's gonna be, the Powell's gonna talk on Wednesday. You have 2 days that are gonna have data. Monday's gonna have data, of course. I already looked at it. So depending what happens over the weekend, will it be he tweets something, says something wrong, the market might open a little bit lower. But if everything stays neutral, nothing crazy happens over the weekend, we're gonna see S&P close to in the same area. Monday is gonna either shake it off or keep in the same area, because investors are gonna most likely shake off whatever bullshit data is coming out Monday and Tuesday, because all the really important data on this week came out, which was good to them, which really it wasn't, but it's good for them because they know that the Fed's gonna be pushing more. They feel the Fed's gonna be pushed more to cutting interest rate. So I believe they're gonna push. It's gonna be maybe sort of bad data, and fucking Wall Street or whoever's gonna fucking push that shit out of the way. And again, it's gonna stay in this area, especially by Tuesday night. We still in this area or breaking out or whatever. We're still here in this, in around this price. Nothing crazy down here, because I don't believe we're gonna do that. But as long as we stay in here, this 12-hour candle is still telling me, hey, pay attention to this area right here, because this is your buying opportunity for as a trader, as an option trader. This area right here is still telling you Monday and Tuesday we still be in this area, and we can have another blow up as we get towards Tuesday night coming on to Wednesday morning. I'm gonna play my video that I mentioned this morning. So this was 11 hours ago. You could potentially have a breakout right now with the S&P 500, and your 745 to 830 is gonna be confirmation, and because from breaking, holding that 830, 845, and holding it will give you your push on up and closing at 10 a.m. Above this box right here, this 12-hour kind of box. So initially breaking this and close. Actually, I do think it is 10 a.m. S&P 500 forward candle is from 6 in the morning to 10 a.m. Somewhere here, giving that confirmation of the market. And again, from your 11:45 to 12:30 is gonna be the next zone. Either if we push on up and we close here at 10, pay attention to 11:45 to 8:30 for them coming back, because we may push, but again, come back down here. As long as we close, if we close here, that'll be freaking crazy. If we close here, this 12-hour candle in this area right here, then Monday we'll open the same area right here. And I already explained that right now. So that's why I said that it was most likely going to come down here, even if it breaks down, because the big news had already happened. So it doesn't make for the market to still flying on up if you know that Wednesday is going to be your big day. Normally, when it's coming towards Wednesday, the market gets nervous. We may have a little rise on Monday or fucking a little fall on Monday, but it's all because of uncertainty. But since they're so, if you notice the market's so, they're gonna do it. They have to do it. You guys look at the numbers, look at the data. That's how investors are looking at it right now. That's why the numbers are in the 90s or whatnot. And I told you guys about Bitcoin, about what Bitcoin was gonna do this weekend too. What I was telling you, it's waiting for the interest rates too. I'm gonna take all this crap off. It's waiting for the interest rates. Here's another 3 candle box. And that's why I like easy, fucking easy, smooth, no fucking crazy shit like that wicking, nothing crazy, smooth box to go in. Another bigger box that you saw, that's why you see this box right here. That's why you see this green box. It's a weekly. So the weekly was telling you down here, monthly? The monthly, my bad. It was a monthly. That one was another one. And that one was another one. Watch. Right there. Right here. So you look at it, you had your first candle giving you your support because this was a down pattern. So normally it's green, red, green. But this one, red, green, red. So that's why it was important to box this up right here. This 3 candle box that I call it. And it was on a weekly. So the fact that on a weekly, it was holding, this last candle was holding this area right here. That was your buying opportunity. That was your options. I mean, there's no options. That was your fucking trading. That was your buying your coins. You would have then see Ethereum follow. You would have then see even fucking Pepe. Pepe had a sweet 3 candle box, a monthly or weekly watch. Let me show you real quick. Once you start seeing these boxes, and what I mean by this, it's gonna be way easier for you guys to get in these fucking trades and get buying these. Pepe, was it Pep? No, Penguin, my bad, Penguin. Look at that baby. Clean monthly 3 candle box strategy right here. And if you correlate to where Penguin was at, where Ethereum was at and Bitcoin, and where Penguin was at on its bottom area, just think about it. So you have this last month giving you your support. So you square it off, knowing that the support right here, or the resistance, however you want to see it, but I call them floors. They're just floors. They try to break through that floor. If not, it becomes a resistance, and they come back down, testing the next floor on down. That's all it is. So this last month, create a floor here, right? So then you would be paying attention if the next couple of days, how it's testing that floor right there. So then I will mark it off. Let me erase all my bullshit, because I have so much bullshit in there. You guys are going to get confused and what the fuck is that and all that shit. So I'm going to take that off, right? I will then mark off Penguin. It's a monthly, so I'm going to mark it with the purple line. So then I will go to my weekly. to mark off all the floors that are gonna cause me trouble going up or down, and they'll be blue. Notice how when we drop through that weekly and then has a hard time breaking through it, there's another 3 candle box easily. So see, again, another 3 candle box. Here's another 3 candle box. Here's another 3 candle box. That's why I like them and shit. So you then mark that baby off, and then you put your next weekly right here floor. There's another one right here. There's another one right here. But the ones that matter a lot is this monthly right here once it gets to that area. And then this was your first indicator right here, your sweet entry right here. So you would then pay attention, where was Bitcoin and Ethereum on August 25? Or let's go to the daily. You see how then we close, or is it fucking July at? Actually, my bad, August, my bad, stupid. 29, 30, 31. So we close 31 here. Pay attention how from 31 to right here, we're holding this region. Look how they don't fucking fall, right? I'm gonna put my indicator. So from the 30th, let's say from the 1st to the 7th, where was Ethereum at? Because it follows Ethereum, right? Let's take my crap off. Ethereum was also telling you, hey, we're about to fight. We're waiting for a fucking signal right here. Here's Johnny. No, here's the first to the 7th. And notice how Ethereum wasn't breaking. Ethereum was just fucking holding. And then once Ethereum starts going up, notice how Penguin started signaling you earlier. Let's go to Penguin right now. So it actually started going up on the 10th. So let's go to Penguin. 7, 8, 9, 10. So it was going earlier. But you see how you would have seen Ethereum. You would have seen, hey, Ethereum's revving up. You would have seen, hey, we have data coming up with the interest rate. Hey, if S&P goes up, crypto goes up. So that means Ethereum and Bitcoin going to go up. So that means Ethereum goes up. So that means altcoin goes up. So that means meme coins start going up. So we'd start calling all that together. And you'd have been saying, oh, this is the bottom. This is the bottom. And it's going to start forming, completing this fucking monthly 3 candle box. You would have gone in right here, start buying, day trading, what the fuck you do. Stupid dinero. So that's why when I watch these 3 candle boxes and you correlate, if you can understand the core, if you can understand what moves these, which is the S&P and Bitcoin and Ethereum, if you can know where they're heading, where they're moving, what data's coming out, how they're gonna react to it, you can understand where to go in on these fucking meme coins, altcoins. XRP is even showing you. XRP was on a 3 candle box. Where you at, buddy? 3 candle box, monthly. And again, I told you, since we have this good news, now you're gonna see crypto do the slow rally throughout the weekend. That's what it does. It does a slow rally throughout the weekend. And think about it. You have the monthly, even though it's a weekly, you have this weekly closing above. Even though you had other weeks close above there, that U is gonna form. Once we get to the fucking Fed Wednesday, believe me, you're gonna start seeing this more reaction. You're gonna see. I told you guys, you're gonna start seeing XRP in the 315s and the 320s coming as we get to this fucking week. That's what this pattern means right here. This you see the candle structure right here, the trend line. This trend line right here would have signal you what your breakout area would be at to signal you for a push. Then I already have it. So now I would have gone to my daily. Sorry for the bullshit in the lines. Another 3 candle box right here in the daily. Easy setup, breakout. You going to buy. It's breaking your daily trend line too. My guy. And you long that baby. Alright, so this shit was gonna be short, but I just wanted to tell you guys how, if you start watching my videos and understand what all these lines and boxes and shit mean, you're gonna start saying, hey, this guy's making sense. Like, and It kind of has a weird way of reading the market, and has all these weird lines like a little kid, but it makes sense once he starts explaining to you. So anyway, you guys, La Muerte, what's up, bro? I don't know what the fuck that is. Most let become millionaires overnight, bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Where the market, the structure, the system, everything's fucking changing. People aren't getting this. People aren't getting how we're coming to a new fucking system. And I said at the beginning of the year when we had the tariffs, if you watch my fucking videos, the market is just they're gonna do this to Bitcoin and Ethereum. People are thinking, oh, that's it over. Tariffs brought it down, so people were panicking. And I said it. Tariff was your buying opportunity. March, May, that was your buying opportunity to buy crypto stocks. But people were, are we in a recession? And here we are again at an all-time fucking high. We will have crashes later on, but it's just part of the system. But all right, you guys. Hope that makes sense. This is Brian Seacrest signing out.